Welcome to Hypnosis Today, the nation's first hypnosis TV talk show that explores the fascinating world of hypnotherapy. My name is Lisa Mackenberg, and I'll be your host, exploring a wide variety of topics to help you understand how hypnotherapy is helping people achieve prosperity, happiness, and abundance. Today, my first two guests are, well, I'm going to start with Natalia Dzyublo. Now, Natalia is an honors grad of HMI College of Hypnotherapy. She's also an actor and a documentary filmmaker. She has with her her very special guest, Carolyne. Carolyne came in with Natalia to talk to us today about hypnotherapy and moving forward after domestic violence. Please help me welcome my guests.
Thank you.
Carolyne, I want to start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about what brought you into hypnotherapy?
Yes, back in April, I was having problems at home. I had a very violent experience with my soon-to-be ex-husband. He fortunately was able to connect me with somebody that he met somewhere in Malibu. And I had talked to her, and her name is Natalia.
So let me just clarify. Your violent husband met a hypnotherapist who specializes in moving forward after domestic violence, and maybe the tiniest, healthiest part of him hooked you up so you could begin to move forward after these experiences?
Well, it was sort of my investigative, should I say, character. I saw his text and I got her phone number, and I let her know that the guy that you are going to meet at the beach, he had choked me, he had hurt me, and I just would like to let you know that be careful, don't go alone at the beach with him. And
wow, you're so brave to reach out to this person you don't know. You don't know if she would have been receptive or even believed you, but then when you found out who she was, you wanted to come in so you could move forward after these experiences. Tell me, Natalia, when we're working with anybody who wants to move forward after domestic violence, what is it that we need to know about this particular population?
Well, the first and the most important thing that everybody needs to know, that domestic violence, it is a cycle of violent behavior, so it never stops. It starts with feeling very close and then building of stress and followed by a violent event, and then a honeymoon period where everything seems to go back to normal and there's a tendency to go back, and then the cycle starts all over again.
Was this your experience in your relationship, that it was on a cycle?
Yes, it's true. It's like it's a cycle of being nice and kind and loving, and then he will just start on screaming and be physical and
Yes.
giving me he put his hands on my neck like this, the arm on my neck, and I felt so afraid and frightened and hurt that this person that I know, that I love, would do that to me.
So this is really scary, Carolyne, because it sounds to me like when someone is kind and good and present and loving, after the violence, you want to believe that you can find that loving person again. So there's almost a seduction of wanting to return to the relationship or still be in the relationship because of the good part, even though there's violence. Is that true?
That's true.
Were you felt compelled, or did you feel that you wanted to go back over and over again?
Yes, I thought that I was forgiving him over and over. I thought that because his son committed suicide, that was just a reason. He was just not
almost justified.
Yes, that he was not feeling well.
Sure.
And
So what I'm hearing is that we make excuses for our abusers. We take a look for the why, and sometimes suppress our own needs to be safe. How did you get out? How did Natalia help you get out and start to move forward again?
Well, I talked to her, and she said that is not. Yes, he's making a lot of excuses that it was alcohol or he was grieving, but that is not normal. People grieve a lot, and they can be addicted to substances, but they don't go out and hurt everybody.
I'm loving that you are the voice of objectivity. You know why you can be objective? Because you're sitting over there. When you're sitting on this side of the desk, you have no objectivity. You needed a witness to your story to tell you what was objectively true. What was the hypnotherapy like for you?
It was a very beautiful experience, actually. I felt so relaxed, and I felt like all the burdens had been lifted up, and she helped me find peace the whole week until the next one.
Oh, beautiful. So it wasn't just feeling good in hypnosis, it lasted the whole week. Natalia, we talked about the most dangerous part of domestic violence is the seduction, the desire to return. What are the other things that we as hypnotherapists, as practitioners, need to know about working with this population?
Well, some of the lingering effects after you get out are low self-esteem, fear of starting a new relationship, procrastination, and sometimes weight gain. The way we treat that is we let the client visualize an argument, but with a healthy, nonviolent outcome. I also let my clients to draw a picture using bright colored pencils of their bright future, and then we visualize it again in hypnosis. And you can do that in and out of hypnosis.
So what was it like to actually visualize that there is a bright future after this? Was that surprising to you?
It was a bit surprising that I can do it really quickly like that. It was some kind of, I felt there is hope that yes, it's okay to feel restless and angry and confused, but there is through the hypnotherapy that she did to me, I've seen a brighter plan. That I could see myself getting rid of all the burden and moving forward, going to a better environment.
You know, if you don't mind, I want to talk about that most dangerous thing. I want to return to the desire of the person to return to the abuser. Is there a hypnosis that you can teach all of us today to help someone to not go back?
Of course. Has anyone here ever yearned to go back to an unhealthy behavior or pattern here? Yeah, me too. One of the things that I like to do with my clients, because as a filmmaker, I like to use what I call the projector exercise. So you let the client visualize as big as an IMAX, a screen, and then you project out a trigger, what triggers you to go back to your normal behavior. And on the sides of that screen, there are two doors, door number 1 and door number 2. So if you imagine, and you can do that in and out of hypnosis, and you can do that with your eyes open. You can do it right now if you like. If you imagine going through that door number 1, and you react the same way that you used to react, and you can even see yourself the way your posture looks like, how you sound, how you feel when you make that decision. And when you come out of that door, that same trigger is right there. It's on the screen as big as an IMAX, and there's a door number 2. But when you go through number 2, it represents a different choice that is healthier for you. And just imagine, how would you sound like? How would you feel making that different choice? And how many people here chose number 2?
I did.
Good. And that's how you create neural pathways to create a change.
When you could picture door number 2, no matter how broken or sad or grieving or addicted your ex-husband was, no matter how sweet and loving and kind and how much fun you had, when you pictured not going back, going through door number 2, in real life, is that your choice, Carolyne, to not go back, to get something better and healthier and much more comfortable for yourself?
I would say I'm like 50-50 in real life about wanting to know how is he doing. If I could just comfort him, maybe he will change. Maybe it was my fault, or maybe it was I did something that I should have not done, or maybe I shouldn't have done more. I should have been kinder. But with the help of Natalia, as you were saying, that it did help me choose the right path and
not go back.
Not go back. I had the strength to keep to the right path and forgive myself or
Wow.
forgive him.
I went on the right path to forgive myself and forgive him. And here I have to tell you, there is no cure for normal. To feel sad, to feel guilty, to feel what if. That's a normal part of letting go and creating new neural pathways. Natalia, is this a common feeling that someone who's been abused have? That sometimes that person wants to blame him or herself?
Yes, definitely. One of the things that you can do is do the arm rigidity to help the client to release feelings of guilt and shame about what happened.
And to forgive self as well as forgiving the person. What would you like to say to someone who would like to move forward after domestic violence, who says, well, what should I do? Should I go and take a meditation class? Should I start drinking heavily? Or should I go see a hypnotherapist? What would you say to someone about seeing a hypnotherapist to move forward after domestic violence?
I definitely would recommend hypnotherapist, and this therapy can help your subconscious mind to take over whatever sadness and guilt and help you move forward.
What was it like working with Natalia? And with your permission, why was it so easy to work with this population, if you don't mind my asking?
Of course. Well, I went through my own abusive relationship that lasted 3.5 years. There was abuse and manipulation, and after I got out, I found hypnotherapy as tools of recovery. And now I'm also working on my documentary film with the title Moving Forward, about domestic violence and the lingering effects and the tools of recovery.
Wow. So I understand how profound this is. And I want to thank you, Carolyne, for coming and being so brave and talking about your story. Merely by being here, merely by being a witness, you have helped so many people, not only here in the studio audience, but women are watching this. Men and women are watching this all over the world. You've helped those who are being abused. Believe it or not, you've also given some insight to abusers, and maybe even your appearance has helped somebody be safe. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Natalia Dzyublo, everybody is going to want to learn more about moving forward after any kind of hard choices that people make, how to break a pattern and move forward in a new healthy direction. Now, you speak another language besides English. What else do you speak?
Yes, I speak Russian and I speak Chinese Mandarin.
Mandarin, Chinese, and Russian. So if you would like hypnotherapy and you speak Mandarin, Russian, or English, and you're in the greater Los Angeles area, you can see Natalia in her office. But if you are anyplace else and you would like to reach her, you can reach Natalia Dzyublo at hmigrads.com. I want to thank you both for coming in and being my guests. But please stay tuned, because when we return, we're going to meet another HMI grad, and we are going to learn about how you can use hypnotherapy to overcome your fear of flying. Stay tuned. There's a lot more coming up for you on Hypnosis Today. That's on hypnosistv.com. 24/7.